Hello, I'm Dale Leftwich with RealAgriculture. Today I'm with Chris Anderson. He's the canola technology lead with Bayer CropScience. How are you doing today, Chris?
Fantastic, Dale. Thank you very much.
Chris, today we're at the Canola Discovery Forum in Banff, and you gave a presentation on the regulatory system, the environment that you guys are operating in. Do you want to just talk a little bit about what that system is and how the hoops you kind of have to jump through?
Yeah, absolutely, Dale. I think one of the great things about being here at the Discovery Forum is that we are talking about innovation and what some of the challenges we have in the canola industry are. And really what we need is a system where we can bring innovation forward. And when we think about innovation, sometimes we think that the science is the hardest part, and the science is a hard part for sure, but it is not the only thing that is required to bring innovation forward. We really need great science. But we also need to be mindful that we are delivering customer value. So what we build has to drive value for growers, for the value chain. And we need a regulatory system, a science-based regulatory system that really provides an opportunity to commercialize technology. We want to make sure that there's robust assessments going on of new technologies, but that it is a predictable system where we can actually bring these new products forward. And then the final thing that we really need to factor in our innovation strategy is public acceptance as well, and making sure that we are communicating well with the broader audience about what innovation means, what our industry is about, and what the opportunities are, not just for canola farmers, but for the larger consumer group.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the idea of the importance of a predictable regulatory system, because the predictability on your part is really important because you're investing a lot of money.
Yeah, so innovation takes a long time in agriculture. It can take 12 to even 15 years to create a new agricultural innovation. That could be a breeding innovation, that could be a biotech trait, that could be a new chemistry or crop protection product. It just takes a long time. And making sure that there's a system that you understand how it works, that you have a reasonable opportunity to assess your probability of success, and to bring products forward that we can demonstrate are safe for the environment, are safe for the people using them, and are effective at controlling the target pest or bringing value to farmers is a really important part.
So the thing is, in terms of the industry needs to have faith in the regulatory process, and also the consumer needs to have faith in the regulatory process, that they know that when something is approved, that it in fact is it's not a gamed system, that in fact the system is working for everyone.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. We want to make sure that we're generating robust data and that we have deep expertise in our regulatory agencies to assess that data and make a determination that products are safe for use in the way that we've prescribed. And it really is. It's a critical factor of bringing innovation forward, and having that science-based system here in Canada has really been a boon for bringing innovation to canola.
Well, there's in Canada there really is still a lot of faith in the regulatory system. In other places, it's really eroded significantly. There are some people in the industry who are getting to the point where they're saying we can't convince people anyway, so why are we investing all this money in social license? And I think that's really a dangerous kind of a place to end up in.
No, absolutely. You may not convince everyone, and that's really not the goal, but making sure that we have got a transparent system by which products have moved forward, that they've been assessed, that we are communicating what the benefits are to all the stakeholders. I think environmentalists and farmers are not always misaligned. Maybe there's some disagreement about the how, but there's no better stewards of the land or the environment than farmers. They want to see long-term sustainability. They want to make sure their land, their operation is there for generations to come, and they want to generate great, safe food. And our system does that very well today.
The panel that you were on actually had a wide variety of people on it, and it was nice to see because there's often a tendency to assume that whoever disagrees with you is in some way attacking you. And so I think the point about trying to find common purpose to start out with, rather than starting from the places you disagree, might be a really good idea. And that's what you guys were showing yesterday.
Yeah, no, I think there was that really great example from the UK, really where they're talking about Greenpeace and the Crop Protection Association working together, in fact, to educate consumers on proper use of pesticides and not selling products to people that were not licensed to use them. It was a really great example of looking for common ground where you can move forward rather than focusing on the divisions.
Yeah, that was really a good point. Who would have thought? But they did manage to find common ground with Greenpeace, and they moved forward from there. And I think they both benefited from finding that common ground. One of the things that people are often looking at in terms of the system that we have built up is there are people who are working actively to stop certain products that are already in use. But with the way that nature is, in order to, if you don't have to stop that in order to stop pesticides from being used. All you have to do is stop new innovation from taking place, because the environment's always changing, right?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Biology is dynamic.
Right.
So if you change one thing in a system, something else in the system is going to change in response. That is really how nature works. And we're operating in that system. And so really it is critically important that we not only do we bring new innovation, but we steward the tools that we have so that they're durable, so that they last a long time and provide that important impact for producers. It's going to just keep getting more complex.
Right.
Climate change is going to carry on. Growers are going to grow new crops. There's going to be new insect pests. There's going to be new disease pressures. There is clearly a need for us to keep driving new tools, new innovations, new opportunities to grow safe and healthy food. And so making sure that there's a system in place that allows us to do that. There's a system that supports the science behind it. There's a system that supports the regulatory aspects, and there's a communication mechanism to ensure that we're not operating independent of expectations of consumers. It's become more complex,
right.
But that's our new reality.
That's what we have to deal with. Okay, I just really want to thank you for being with us on Real Agriculture at the Canola Discovery Forum. Chris, thanks a lot.
Well, thanks for having me, Dale. It was a great conversation.